What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool news video, and we have the fascinating story of Chelsea making a huge bid for Darwin Nunez. Paul Joyce in the Times newspaper is breaking this story right now, that Chelsea wanted and desperately tried everything to get Darwin Nunez last summer, even after spending £1 billion on their squad and after getting Moises Caicedo and Roma Lavia. They wanted to really rub Liverpool's noses into the dirt by stealing their best striker, Darwin Nunez. I think Liverpool have the best striker, Darwin Nunez, in their squad. You know, Jota and Gakpo are brilliant, but Darwin Nunez is a little bit better than them, in my opinion. And however, Liverpool's stance was unwavering, that Darwin Nunez is not for sale. But what do you think about Chelsea and their antics of trying to unsettle Darwin Nunez and Liverpool? This is a fascinating story because, you know, it was well documented that Chelsea won the race to sign Moises Caicedo and Roma Lavia, and then Chelsea fans celebrated that like they won the trophy of the Premier League or the Champions League, and they won the transfer window. But look where they are now. They are languishing in mid-table, really struggling this season. Thank goodness they got points of Man City in both games, because that is actually a big favor to Liverpool. There was speculation in the Premier League that Liverpool were considering offloading Darwin Nunez last summer after Darwin Nunez had a tough season in the first season. Even though he missed loads of chances, I still consider Darwin Nunez's first season as a good season. A new striker coming into the new league, he's young, he scored 15 goals. That's a pretty decent first season. If you would have offered me that before Darwin Nunez signed, I would have taken it. Of course, he could have scored double that if he finished his chances, but that's not how football works. You know, some strikers need more time, and Darwin Nunez this season is showing signs of improving and finishing better from better positions. He's shooting more centrally. He has basically better goal conversion rate, shot conversion rate, sorry. And there was a rumor that Liverpool were mulling over a loan swap deal for João Felix, who was still at Atletico Madrid at the time. And that rumor made it to Chelsea's co-sporting director, Paul Winstanley. Winstanley was a long-term admirer of Darwin Nunez, but Liverpool categorically said no after Chelsea tried everything to get Darwin Nunez from Liverpool. And I think it would have been an absolute disaster, because Darwin Nunez is exactly the kind of striker that Chelsea are missing. Nicholas Jackson is just not. He's good, but he's not great. He's not as good as Darwin Nunez, and he's scoring some goals, but he misses so many chances, even more than Darwin Nunez, amazingly. Liverpool still believed and believe now even more in Darwin Nunez's potential, because that's huge. Darwin Nunez could become one of the best strikers in the world if he keeps improving and learning and developing. And Liverpool's commitment to Darwin Nunez's development within their ranks was underscored by the fact that they rejected swiftly and quickly Chelsea's proposal. Darwin Nunez is currently experiencing his best form since joining Liverpool. His performances on the pitch have silenced some critics, not all of them, because Darwin Nunez will always have critics, because he was signed by Liverpool at the same time when Erling Haaland went to Man City, and inevitably both players were compared to each other, and Erling Haaland is just much more ahead of his development. He played a lot more like top level football than Darwin Nunez in top leagues. Darwin Nunez basically had 2 seasons or 1.5 seasons with Benfica, and before that he played in the Spanish second division. Erling Haaland played top level football at Salzburg and then Dortmund for a few seasons, but his performances justified Liverpool's decision to keep Darwin Nunez, showcasing his invaluable contribution to Liverpool's dynamic attack. And Liverpool are still sweating on the fitness of Darwin Nunez, Mo Salah and Dominic Szoboszlai. Liverpool haven't ruled out any of these 3 players in featuring in the League Cup final. And Liverpool's decision to reject Chelsea's offer for Darwin Nunez illustrates a strategic knowledge that Liverpool was understanding of Darwin Nunez's first season, that he still has enormous potential. And by retaining Nunez, Liverpool not only secured a key player in their offense, but also sent a clear message about their confidence in developing young players, and the young players are growing brilliantly and immensely. And Liverpool was saved this season, I think, by the young players' development. Just look at Conor Bradley, he's the perfect example. Trent Alexander-Arnold, for the first time in his career, is really struggling with his fitness. He's injured a lot, and Conor Bradley stepped up to the plate massively. Andy Robertson, also first time in his career, is suffering from many injuries, and Joe Gomez stepped up to the plate brilliantly, even though he's not as young as, you know, the other young players coming through. So Pep Binder said that Liverpool will not rule out Mo Salah or Szoboszlai or Nunez for the League Cup final. We have 2 more days, Pep Binder said, and we will check if they are there. It would be great if they can be, to be honest. And the rest, Jurgen Klopp has already said about the injuries. So what do you think about this story that Chelsea tried everything last summer to buy Darwin Nunez from Liverpool? I think it would have been a massive mistake and a disaster if Liverpool accepted their offer, even though Nunez had a very indifferent season. And some Liverpool fans already have written him off last summer and said that Liverpool could cut their losses and sell him. But that's not how you develop a squad. And it would also be a bad look for other young players who would choose Liverpool over other clubs. Because if you have one bad first season and you are out of the door, what message does that send to the future young, great, talented players who Liverpool might want to sign in the future? It doesn't send a great message. Liverpool trust the process, they trust the young players, even if they don't have like an amazing first season. Not everybody can be a Mo Salah, where he comes in at 23 years old and smashes all kinds of records, scoring 44 goals in all competitions, breaking the Premier League goal scoring record in his first season, 32 goals in a season. Of course, Erling Haaland broke that already in his first season as well, but not everybody can be like that. And I think Liverpool totally justified in their decision to keep Darwin Nunez, to give him more chances. And season after season, as long as Darwin Nunez is showing progression, he's showing he's getting better, I'm fine with it, because he's working so hard, so tirelessly, on the ball, off the ball. He's occupying sometimes 2, sometimes even 3 defenders, which leaves more space to Luis Diaz or Cody Gakpo or Mo Salah on the other side. And because Darwin Nunez is a handful, he has pace, strength, energy, game intelligence. Now this season his passing is much better, and his decision making in crucial situations is much better. He's still very unlucky, as evidenced by the fact that he broke the Premier League record for hitting the post or the crossbar 3 times in a game. That's the first. But imagine if Darwin Nunez starts scoring and converting more of his chances. He's already doing that this season compared to last season. His shot conversion rate, I think, is up from 11% to like 15%, something around that. And if he keeps improving, I'm fine with Liverpool keeping him for the next 5, 6, 7 years, as long as he's contributing, and he will become a 30 goal a season striker one day. I'm convinced of that. We are just not sure when. Maybe it will be next season, maybe it could be this season, because Liverpool still have a lot of games to go. And also, what do you think about Liverpool getting Sparta Prague in the Europa League last 16 draw? I think that's actually a pretty decent draw, because it's not a crazy long distance of a travel, and also it's a team, if Liverpool perform to the maximum of their ability, then we should be beating them. And Liverpool, of course, will have a lot of games to play, and we need to take the Europa League seriously, because who knows how many trophies Liverpool can win this season. But hopefully Liverpool won't get any more injuries in the next 1 or 2 weeks before we play Sparta Prague. And also, because Liverpool won the group, Liverpool play the second leg at Anfield. So if we get the good result in the first leg, the second leg at Anfield, we should be able to do the job and knock Sparta Prague out. And then already we are into the quarterfinals, which would be a great achievement. I think Liverpool's biggest rival for the trophy will be Leverkusen, who is absolutely flying, and they look like by far the strongest team in the Europa League apart from Liverpool. And Pep Binder said it's also good in life to accept what we have, so that is what we are trying to do. It brought us success in the past, and we try to keep it. I feel really happy with that. I said it a long time ago. We have a few injuries, so we get the young players who didn't play 5 games in a row, but they can show up, and that's really cool. This season is a season we already created new teams. It's a compliment to our squad and our academy, and that's the great thing about Liverpool. If we need to, we will deploy the young players. They will play and they will show that they have what it takes at this level. You know, you sometimes have to throw players in and see how they do. Look at Conor Bradley. Trent Alexander-Arnold is the greatest example. Even though he didn't have a great debut against Man United, he started playing regularly and he showed that he's more than good enough to play for Liverpool. And Conor Bradley is the same. And who knows what the next young generation of Liverpool players from the academy, we could find some absolute gems in there. Pep Inder's also revealed that Alisson, Trent Alexander-Arnold and Jota and Curtis Jones, they will be longer out and they will be back after the international break. So the sad news is that Alisson, Trent, Jota and Curtis Jones, they all will miss the Man City game, which I think could be a title decider. Curtis is probably the first one to come back around the international break. All the others will come back after the international break. Not exactly sure when, but they will miss the Nottingham Forest game. Then we play Sparta Prague away, then we play Man City, then Sparta Prague at home, and then we play Everton. But if we go through in the FA Cup, the Everton game could be postponed, and that could be actually a good thing, because then we would play Everton with a much stronger team if the injured players like Trent, Alisson, Jota and Curtis Jones could come back, because Everton away is always one of the toughest games that Liverpool have to face because it's a Merseyside derby. And the Europa League draw looks pretty good for Liverpool, because Roma will play Brighton. They are two very strong teams, so one of them will be out. Marseille, Villarreal, they are pretty well matched as well. Villarreal are struggling, Marseille are not in great form. Benfica Rangers is a fascinating tie in my opinion. Freiburg West Ham, again two strong teams against each other. Sporting Atalanta as well, both teams are flying, they are in great form. AC Milan, Slavia Prague, Milan should go through, but Milan has been very up and down. And Karabag Leverkusen, I think that's the one tie, and the Sparta Prague Liverpool, where you have to favor the bigger team, the stronger team massively. Like if Leverkusen or Liverpool went out, it would be a massive shock. In every other tie, maybe the AC Milan Slavia Prague one is the other tie where I would fancy AC Milan to go through, but it wouldn't be like the biggest shock in the world if Slavia Prague knocked out AC Milan. No disrespect to Milan, but it would be the biggest shock if Sparta Prague knocked out Liverpool, or if Karabag knocked out Leverkusen, because these teams are absolutely flying in their leagues as well. Liverpool are top of the Premier League, Leverkusen are top of the Bundesliga. So that's my analysis of the Europa League draw, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going away on a little bit of a break. Yesterday was my birthday, so I'm going away with my wife for the weekend, but I will still try to post some videos for you guys to enjoy. And of course I will be watching the League Cup final against Chelsea, and I will preview the game and then review the game after it, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching guys, hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day, see you later, goodbye.